Hey there, it's Dr. Nadia here, and can you believe that we are at the end of the first quarter for 2018? OMG. Where did the time go? And so if you're like me, I've been doing some assessing in my business to see where I am in terms of my actual overall revenue goals for not only Q1, but also for the entire year. And really just spending some time looking at what needs to change, what I might want to do different, because while this was actually a really good quarter, there were a lot of things that did not go the way I thought they would, as I'm sure you too are dealing with that. So one of the things that I really would encourage you to do is to spend some time doing an assessment of your business. Many times we just put our heads down and we're focused and we're working or working and working. We never pause long enough to see, like, am I really practicing the definition of insanity by doing the same things over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result? Or maybe I need to pause, take a step back, and look at some things in my business to see what I might need to shift. Gotta look at my notes. So with that, what couple things, questions that I really want you to just think about and ask yourself as you're doing this assessment. What went well? One of the things I love to start what went well because we typically will just go, especially if it was a quarter that was off or the revenue was off or it felt really weird, we go straight to the negative. Right? You know, what went well? I am sure you can find some things that went well in the first quarter of this year, things that you might want to continue to do. The next thing is, all right, what could have worked better? What are some things that could have worked better for you in order to help you continue the momentum or to build up additional momentum in your business? So taking the time to really do an open assessment of this. And if you have a team, I invite you to ask your team for input because oftentimes they see things that you don't see. And depending on the type of relationship, they may or may not even think to share that with you because they're busy doing what it is that they do to support you. So if you can, do a team meeting or have a Q1 check-in where you really, as a collective, everyone in their different areas shares about how things are going and any ideas for improvement as you continue to move forward. The next one is feedback from clients. What are some things that you're hearing from clients that maybe they want more of or they want less of? Have they been responding to things that you've been putting out there? One of my clients and I popped in and we had a quick conversation. We noticed that there was a need based on feedback from clients to shift some programming. Quick 10-minute conversation, boom. Clients are loving it. That was not part of our original plan for this year. So while we have plans and we do our projections, I also want you to be very open and flexible to move and really, because then it allows you to serve your clients and in many cases, more clients at a much higher level. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to serve. We're here to make a difference. And so there may be some feedback you're getting from clients. Can you accommodate it? Even if it means maybe creating another tier to a program. So maybe not create an entire program, but maybe you create an elite or a gold or a platinum or diamond. I don't know what you would name it, but you know, there's something where they get maybe a little extra, right? Or a little less. Maybe you need to take some things out. So really, what is some of that feedback that you're getting from clients, from your community? And what would they like to see more of and maybe even a little less of from you throughout 2018? What adjustments do you need to make? This one is really good. This one actually hit home for me personally as I was looking at my business and I've been talking to my team and my mastermind group like OMG. There are some things that I need to make adjustments with in terms of how my visibility strategy and what that looks like and putting together certain list building strategies that just were quite frankly non-existent. So there were some things that I was like, I want to do more of this, even though I'm really busy. So what does that look like? How do I do that? So a couple things I'm also hearing from clients is I'm not having enough conversations or I'm not having enough of the right conversations. So what adjustments there do you need to make so that you can do more of that? and really looking at what Q2 might bring, which often leads us to the final question I want you to think about, and that is, what support do you need? Again, this was big for me. This is all, this part of the video is definitely Nadia talking about Nadia, right? Because there were things that I knew needed to be done, and I know that I don't have the capacity. In some cases, I don't have the skill set, and in all cases, I don't have the desire to do, but they need to be done if there are certain goals in my business that I want to achieve. So while this was a great quarter overall, there were some things that went really, really well, completely exceeded my expectations. There were also a lot of things that I'm like, okay, if I don't make adjustments now, this could cause problems later. So with that, I had to really start thinking about, what do I need? What support do I need? Because I'm clear, there's only one Nadia. I have already had one trip to urgent care for this year, just, being tired and traveling and not doing a great job of taking care of myself. So I don't want to do that again. I'm clear on that. So I had to really sit down and think about, not only from a business perspective, because there are things there, but even from a health perspective, from a relationship perspective. I would love to remain happily married. That takes work, right? So all of that requires that Nadia, and I suspect you too, have to look at, okay, what support do I need? Is it operations? Is it marketing? Is it social media? Is it technology? Is it a health coach? Is it a massage, right? What are those things? It could be all of the above. I don't know about you. I'm like, both hands up, right? In terms of things that you might need in your business in order to move forward. Because you may be like me, like, oh my gosh, Q1 was actually pretty cool. And I know that I cannot keep up this pace and continue to hit the milestones that I desire to hit with the current team and the current business structure that I have right now. And so I'm spending some days doing some assessing, having some conversations, and looking at what needs to change. And I invite you to do the same. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't feel bad about it. It's part of growth. It's actually really exciting. These were conversations that in some cases I wasn't planning to have right now. Maybe a year or two from now, I was like, this is happening. And this is happening, right? It's like, wow. So I encourage you, take some time, do an assessment, go through the questions that I outlined. There may be some other questions that you want to throw in there, especially around revenue and number of people in different programs and number of amount of like audience reach and things like that. I really didn't get into the nitty gritty because I know each of our businesses are different. But the biggest thing is I just want you to take a minute before you just dive head first and headstrong into Q2 to just take a moment and assess Q1 and then start to map out what you need. Like for me personally, we're looking at different things. I don't plan to make any massive changes right now, but I am definitely starting to map out, okay, this is happening sooner than I thought. What needs to change and what can we start to implement, even if it's baby tweaks or baby steps that we make over Q2 so that the business doesn't implode or I burn myself out or I don't know, something else crazy that happens that I don't want to happen. All right. So with that, I have opened up my calendar and y'all know how much I'm on the road, right? So, but I really wanted to have a conversation with you to help you have that conversation and do that assessment and really kind of think through these things. So I talked to my operations person. We came up with Fix Your Biz, right? To have a Fix Your Business session where we just go through really quickly, maybe 30 minutes. I mean, laser focus. I don't have all day and neither do you, to go through these different pieces to see the areas that you might need support in. And then from there, I can make recommendations. I know a lot of great people who do amazing work and what that recommendation and that next step may look like for you. And I will be clear and upfront. Chances are your next step won't be with me. Clear. And I promise you that the recommendation I do make that you will be well taken care of if there's someone that I know that can help you. All right. So with that, head on over to meetwithdrnadia.com. That's meetwithdrnadia.com. Schedule a session. Let's talk so that Q2 can be even better than Q1. I'm so excited. Take a moment to celebrate. We did it. We rocked it out. And we're going to make the adjustments that we need to make. And we're going to go into Q2 and make it even stronger. All right, this is Dr. Nadia signing off. I can't wait to chat with you for your Fix My Business session. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.